Rohit Sharma moves to 7th position in batting charts. Kuldeep Yadav jumps to career best 23rd spot. Pakistan and India retained their first and second place in the team rankings. Women's World Boxing Championships to kick-start with the opening ceremony tomorrow. Union Sports Minister Colonel Rajwardhan Rathore to be present on the occasion of the 10th edition of the event. Novak Djokovic makes short work of American John Isner to win his opening match at the ATP Finals. Alexander Zverev defeats Marin Cilic. Lionel Messi adds more silverware to his already staggering collection, wins Best Player and Top Scorer awards. And Real Madrid rewards interim boss Santiago Solari with permanent contract. Solari has led Real to 4 wins out of 4 since being installed on a caretaker basis. Our top focus, Kuldeep Yadav and Rohit Sharma have gained big in ICC T20 rankings following India's 3-0 demolition of West Indies in the recently concluded T20 series. Kuldeep, who was rested from the last match in Chennai, picked up 5 wickets in the first 2 games at an economy rate of 5.6 runs per over. He was also named the man of the match in the first T20 at the Eden Gardens. As a result, the 23-year-old has risen 14 places to number 23 in the rankings, his highest. Rohit, a stand-in skipper for the series in the absence of Virat Kohli, struck a blistering century in the second T20 in Lucknow, and he too was named man of the match for his sublime performance. The 31-year-old is now up to 7th from the 10th position he was in prior to the West Indies series. Pakistan and India retained their first and second place in the team rankings, collecting 2 and 3 points respectively. Pakistan moved to 138 points while India have 127 points. Rohit Sharma has downplayed the hype around his test return ahead of India's grueling tour of Australia starting later this month. Rohit is part of the Indian squad to face Australia in a 4-match test series starting the 6th of December.
Rohit Sharma believes India's sweep of the T20 series at home against the West Indies will give the team confidence heading into the white ball matches in Australia. The hosts beat the Windies by 6 wickets in the final T20 of the 3-match series in Chennai on Sunday to complete a dominant series in the shortest format over the tourists.
I think we are looking forward to it. Australia is always challenging when it comes to going out there and performing. Every time you go there, you are tested as a player, as an individual, and as a team as well. So I think we got to be at our best. And when you win series like this and when you play like that in the tournament, you are high in confidence. So it's all about taking that confidence in Australia and doing what we did as a team.
India won the first game by 5 wickets before dispatching the visitors by 71 runs in the second match. India start a 3-match T20 international series in Australia on 21st November, and Rohit acknowledges that playing down under is a different challenge.
Today was the best and the perfect situation. We were 2 down, early in the first 6 overs, and he had a perfect platform. There was a bit of pressure as well. So I think he handled the pressure really well along with Shikhar. That both of them, I think there was a match-winning partnership from these 2 guys. So all in all, I think was very important from the team's perspective that both of these guys got some runs and played a match-winning partnership.
The Indian team will be locking horns with the Australian team for 4 test matches, 3 T20 and a 3 ODI match series beginning from November 21st to January 18th. Sports Desk, DD News.
Women's World Boxing Championships that will kick-start on the 15th of November will see the highest ever participation in the flagship event, with close to 300 pugilists from 73 countries taking part in the Indian capital. Here's more.
Boxing aficionados of the country are in for a treat as they witness some of the exceptional international pugilists from 70 countries vying for honours across all categories in the 10th edition of the Women's World Championship to be held at Delhi's Indira Gandhi Stadium starting from the 15th of November. The Women's World Boxing Championship is set to see the highest ever participation in the flagship event with close to 300 pugilists taking part. Boxers from 16 countries including Germany, the United States, England, Ukraine, Panama, Australia, Thailand, Bulgaria and Somalia are arriving early to get acclimatized to the Indian conditions.
At first the people in India are really nice, and we came here 1 week ago for the preparation. I think it's enough time to have a good preparation for the World Championships. Every fight is a new fight. Every boxer is a new boxer, and we have to challenge every boxer new. So it's nothing to care about. We have to go in the ring, do our work, and everything will be how it will be.
When I got into boxing, I always knew that my family wouldn't be supportive, purely because, you know, I'm Muslim. So I hid it from them for many years. I just knew they wouldn't understand the passion I had for it, the passion I had for being in the ring. So yeah, I hid it, and like you said, the first time I won my national title, not one family member came to support, not because, you know, they couldn't bear watching me or whatever, but just because they didn't know, they didn't have a clue.
Among the top boxers in the fray include India's Mary Kom along with 2018 Commonwealth Games gold medalist Australian Kay Scott, Rio Olympics bronze medalist trio of Anastasia Belyakova of Russia, Nushka Fontjen of the Netherlands and Ingrid Valencia Victory of Colombia are among the big names in the 10-day championships.
All the volunteers that we have for this championship are all boxers. I was in a training program for the volunteers today. I asked them to raise their hands, all those people who were boxers, and every single one of them is a young boxer. So it's a wonderful opportunity for all our young boxers to participate in this World Championship, to get to know world-class boxers and get to see world-class boxing up close. I think all this will add to the popularity of the sport. I've just taken a round of this entire facility. There's no question that this is a world-class facility, and the organization seems to be just absolutely top-rate. I've also spoken to a lot of the teams, a lot of the coaches who are practicing here, and many of these coaches and these teams have told me that they've really never experienced such a fantastic facility and such a great organization. So it's a great tribute to all the organizers of this World Championship, and I'm sure that this World Championship will do all of India proud.
This is the first time that New Delhi is hosting the World Championship since 2006, when 178 boxers from 33 countries battled it out for the medals. Sports Desk, DD News.
Time for a short breather in sports news. We'll be back soon.
सही नहीं है। ये अभी भी खुले में शौच गलत है। हाँ? गलत है। मिलकर आवाज उठाओगी तो गांव वालों को ये आदत बदलनी पड़ेगी।
जब मिलकर बोलेगी नारी तो सुनेगी दुनिया सारी। जब मिलकर बोलेगी नारी सुनेगी दुनिया सारी। दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। तुम अपना दिमाग लड़ाओगी, लुटे वालों को समझाओगी, शौचालय का रास्ता दिखाओगी। दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। गांव खुले में शौच की आदत बदलेगा, फिर कोई नहीं बीमार पड़ेगा। जब दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद।
आप भी शौचालय का उपयोग कीजिए और भारत को स्वच्छ बनाइए। मैडम क्योंकि दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद।
अरे सुनिए तो बहुत चोट लगी।
क्या भैया?
सेप्टिक टैंक शौचालय के लिए।
सेप्टिक टैंक ये जब भर जाएगा तो कचरा कहाँ फेंकोगे? फिर से लोटा यात्रा शुरू। सुनिए, 2 गड्ढों वाले शौचालय के बारे में सुना है? नहीं सुना? आइए समझाते हैं। देखिए, 2 गड्ढा बनाइए। पहले वाला जब मल से भर जाएगा ना तो ये चालू हो जाएगा, और साल भर के अंदर इसके अंदर जो मल है ये खाद बन जाएगा, इसे खाली कर दीजिए। इसी तरह शौचालय जो है वो आजीवन चलता रहे, न बीमारी फैलेगी न बदबू।
और पैसे?
अरे वो सेप्टिक टैंक से कई गुना सस्ता। हाँ, क्या समझे?
शौचालय 2 गड्ढों वाला ही बनवाना है
और स्वच्छता को सदा अपनाना है।
ई शॉपिंग साइट पर श्वेता ने देखा एक सुंदर हार। उसका डिजाइन देखकर हो गई वो बेकरार। झटपट उसने बुक किया और एडवांस में पेमेंट किया। लेकिन ये क्या, ये नहीं था वो हार जिससे श्वेता को हुआ था प्यार। शॉपिंग साइट के इस व्यवहार से श्वेता तो हुई हैरान परेशान। आप भी शॉपिंग साइट से खरीदारी करते समय रहें सावधान। जानें उनके नियमों को, टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस का रखें ध्यान। जागो ग्राहक जागो।
दरवाजा बंद, दरवाजा बंद। क्यों भाई साहब, कहाँ चले? कब से चिल्ला रहे हैं दरवाजा बंद, दरवाजा बंद, दरवाजा बंद। सुनाई दे रहा? इधर आइए, इधर घुसिए, अंदर चलिए। अरे खुले में शौच जाइएगा तो बीमारी खुल के फैलेगी। दरवाजा बंद तो बीमारी बंद। ठीक कह रहे हैं ना? शौचालय का उपयोग कीजिए और भारत को स्वच्छ बनाइए। साबुन से हाथ धो लीजिएगा।
Welcome back to sports news. World number 1 Novak Djokovic underlined why he is the favourite to win the ATP finals with a commanding win over John Isner in their group opener. Earlier in the day, Alexander Zverev beat Marin Cilic in straight sets in the other match. Here's more in this report.
Novak Djokovic produced a tennis masterclass to beat John Isner in straight sets as the world number 1 got off to a perfect start at the ATP finals in London. World number 10 Isner, one of the great servers of the game, performed valiantly, but the American was at the mercy of a sublime display from the 5-time champion Djokovic, who looked back to his very best as he powered to a 6-4, 6-3 victory at the O2 Arena. The Serb had endured a difficult time with an elbow injury and loss of form, which saw him ranked at number 22 in world as recently as June. But after winning Wimbledon and the US Open, Djokovic entered the O2 as the man to beat and the top dog in the rankings. The first set was ultra competitive, but the 14-time Grand Slam champion nabbed the first break in Game 5 and never looked back as he took the opener 6-4. 33-year-old Isner, who became the oldest debutant at the ATP finals this year, threw everything at Djokovic in the second set, but the Serb's returning was flawless. Breaks in Game 7 and 9 saw off Isner's threat as Djokovic chalked up a 9th victory in 11th attempt.
To have 3 breaks of serves of John, which is sometimes mission impossible, but I just managed to be at the right place at the right time, I guess, and I held my serve really well. I thought I backed it up very nicely from the baseline, from back of the court. I played very solid. I didn't give him too many opportunities, and yeah, just a great match overall.
Marin Cilic's miserable record at the ATP finals continued as he was beaten 7-6, 7-6 by Germany's Alexander Zverev, his 9th defeat in 10 round-robin matches at the O2 Arena. Almost a year to the date since Zverev marked his debut in the season-ending showpiece by toppling the big serving crowd, the 21-year-old Zverev again prevailed in a scrappy contest to take his career record over Cilic to 6-1. Cilic ranked 2 places below world number 5. Zverev will be scratching his head at how he allowed an opening set in which he dominated to slip through his fingers. The 30-year-old allowed Zverev to claw his way back from 1-4 deficit to take the set on a tie break, sealing it with a backhand pass. Breaks of serve were exchanged in the second set before Cilic was required to save a match point at 4-5. And it was Zverev who dominated the ensuing tie break, nailing a trademark backhand winner down the line to earn 5 more match points. He only needed the first to seal a 55th match win of the year, more than any other player on the tour. Sports Desk, GD News.
Indian women's football team will lock horns with host nation Myanmar in its final first-round match of the 2020 AFC Women's Olympic qualifiers today. The Indian team will go into the contest after a comprehensive 7-1 victory over Bangladesh. It played out a 1-all draw in its opener against Nepal, but a victory in the last match will help coach Memol Rocky's side gain confidence going into the third match. Just like India, Myanmar too drew 1-all against Nepal and registered a stunning victory over Bangladesh. Thus, both India and Myanmar have 4 points and will fight it out for the top spot of the group. Barcelona striker Lionel Messi said that Spain's La Liga was becoming increasingly competitive when he was presented with Marca's top goal scorer of La Liga award for the 2017-18 season. The Argentine, who returned to the pitch on Sunday after 3 weeks off due to a broken arm, was also awarded the Di Stefano Liga Player of the Year trophy for his performances last season.
Lionel Messi has added another 2 trophies to his brimming cabinet as he was named La Liga's Player of the Year and the league's top scorer. Nothing about Messi's performances are ordinary, so it was only fitting that he was announced as the winner in an extraordinary way. Messi has been awarded with top goal scorer trophy 5 times and is only surpassed by Telmo Zarra, who won the prize 6 times.
Bien, por suerte bien, la verdad que
I think the league is more competitive than ever. Nothing is easy. Anyone can beat anyone, and I think this is good for the league, for the spectator, and I hope this continues for a long time, because in the end we can get a bit of an advantage.
Que yo tenía ganas de estar dentro de la cancha, así que por suerte bien.
The Di Stefano Award honors the best player of the season, which Messi won thanks to his contributions last season that guided Barca to La Liga glory. Not only did Messi walk away with the Best Player award, he was also honored thanks to his goal-scoring exploits.
Se consiguió muy rápido el objetivo.
On the spot, I don't remember my most memorable goal. I would have to go through them and watch them to choose one. But I always say, I choose the ones that are important over the ones that are beautiful.
Y bueno, la verdad que fue un sueño.
Messi was never going to leave the evening empty-handed, but struggled to carry both trophies that he won. His recent elbow injury probably didn't help. Despite ensuring that he scored for his side at the weekend, after a brief spell on the sidelines, Messi could only take his team so far, as Barca suffered a shock defeat against Real Betis.
Lo vive, lo entiende.
Fortunately, I'm well. I was a little scared at first, but because I hadn't had much contact or a fall, which I didn't have. But as the match went on, I started settling in more. I wanted to be on the pitch.
Fue algo muy lindo.
The Catalans remain top of the table with 24 points from 12 games, but are just 1 point ahead of Sevilla, Atletico Madrid and Alaves. Sports Desk, DD News.
Santiago Solari's appointment as Real Madrid's permanent manager has been approved by the Spanish Soccer Federation. The 42-year-old Argentine has led the team to 4 wins in 4 games since replacing Lopetegui at the helm of the European champions 2 weeks ago.
Interim Real Madrid manager Santiago Solari was appointed permanent coach after overseeing a startling upturn in the European champions' fortunes since he stepped in to replace Julen Lopetegui. Solari has led Real to 4 wins out of 4 after being installed on a caretaker basis following Lopetegui's abrupt sacking last month. And with 15 goals scored and only 2 conceded, he has established the best ever start for a Real manager. After thrashing Melilla in Copa del Rey, they won 5-0 away to Victoria Plzeň in the Champions League. Between victories over Real Valladolid and Celta Vigo in the La Liga, the upturn has left Madrid only 4 points adrift of league leaders Barcelona, on the brink of qualification for the last 16 in Europe. Solari, who spent 5 years playing for Real, was promoted for his role in charge of Castilla, the club's B team, after Lopetegui had overseen a miserable run that included just 1 victory in 7 games. The challenge for Solari will be to manage the dressing room when results take a turn for the worse. After the international break, Madrid's generous run of games continues with league matches against Eibar, Valencia, Huesca, Rayo Vallecano and Villarreal before Christmas, none of whom currently reside in La Liga's top half. They will also play Roma in Italy and CSKA Moscow at home in the Champions League, 2 games likely to settle who goes through to the top of Group G. Solari was only allowed 2 weeks as an interim coach according to Spanish regulations, meaning Sunday's trip to Celta Vigo was always likely to precede a decision on his future. Sports Desk, DD News.
Manchester City displayed their superiority over their Manchester opponents in Sunday's derby. Barcelona was stunned by Real Betis. We give you the weekend soccer roundup.
Manchester City asserted their dominance over Manchester United by returning to the top of the Premier League with a 3-1 win against their neighbours at the Etihad Stadium. Having lost top spot earlier in the day following Liverpool's 2-0 victory against Fulham, City held off a brief second-half United fight back to claim all 3 points. Liverpool, having beaten bottom club Fulham 2-0 at Anfield, will go at international break in second place after receiving a favour from neighbours Everton, who held Chelsea to a goalless draw at Stamford Bridge. Meanwhile, Henrik Mkhitaryan's 86-minute equaliser salvaged a 1-1 draw for Arsenal at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers on Sunday, as the Gunners extended their unbeaten run to 16 games in all competitions. Real Madrid continued their revival under interim manager Santiago Solari, picking up a well-earned 4-2 away win over Celta Vigo. Barcelona lost at home in La Liga for the first time in more than 2 years as Real Betis pulled off a stunning 4-3 victory at Nou Camp on Sunday. Despite Lionel Messi scoring twice on his return from injury, Betis has lost on their past 8th visit to Nou Camp and had not won there for more than 20 years, but they came away with 3 points that lifts them to 12th in the table, courtesy of an impressive display built on adventurous counter-attacking and smart play in possession. Sports Desk, GT News.
United were comprehensively beaten by their rivals at the Etihad Stadium. Mourinho was without French midfielder Paul Pogba, sidelined with injury, and while the United boss did not want to use that absence as an excuse, he said the need to play Fellaini had limited his later options.
Manchester United manager Jose Mourinho responded to his side's 3-1 derby defeat to Premier League leaders Manchester City on Sunday by saying his team had paid the price for their midweek Champions League exertion in beating Juventus. United fought back for a 2-1 victory against Italian champions in Turin on Wednesday, while City cruised through a home game against Ukrainian Shakhtar Donetsk 6-0, and the Portuguese manager was quick to point that out. He said that the players were feeling it physically and mentally.
When I analyzed the game today, I think the difference was you can go for stats. That's the way people that don't understand football analyze football, is with stats. I don't go for stats. I go for what I felt and for what I watched in the game. And the game was there until minute 80 something. So I consider the performance of my team a performance with mistakes. Is different than a bad performance. One thing is a bad performance, another thing is a performance with mistakes. We made mistakes, we were punished by these mistakes, but the performance, the mentality, the togetherness, the belief, the fight until the end was something that we are building, and we are not going to lose that because of the defeat.
Mourinho was without French midfielder Paul Pogba, sidelined with injury, and while the United boss did not want to use that absence as an excuse, he said the need to play Fellaini had limited his later options.
You know, the game against Juventus was hard, very hard by the physical point of view, by the mental point of view. I am with my players. I am even with the players that today they made the mistakes that lead to Manchester City goals. We are together. We are not going to be affected by this. I'm just sorry that we don't play the next match soon and we have to wait 15 days for that. But we are improving, we are together, and we go together until the end.
Despite City largely controlling the game, it took a late third goal to ensure there could be no repeat of United's dramatic comeback to win 3-2 in the same fixture last season.
It's not for me to lose the game, and don't like to lose the game and to speak about this player that was the other player that was not. I don't like very much. But it's important for us in many aspects of the game, because if we didn't play, we had to play Fellaini. Fellaini was not ready to play for 90 minutes. I can just imagine when the result was 2-1 to bring a fresh Fellaini to the pitch. I think they would be in big trouble. But when the result was 2-1 and we had that final push, was the moment Fellaini was doing an incredible effort to stay on the pitch, no fresh at all, risking his injury and his condition and giving everything to the team. But clearly one thing is to bring a fresh Fellaini, and another thing is to play him for 90 minutes in this match. So yes, for different reasons we missed Paul, but that doesn't mean that with Paul we win the game. So it's not an excuse.
Pep Guardiola, City's manager, was quick to point that out that Liverpool and Chelsea had also made a strong start to the campaign and said it was too early to be discussing where the title may be heading.
So I think Man City, and right now until now, Man City and Liverpool, Chelsea, and even Tottenham, and even Arsenal, by the result, I think they have numbers to be champion, not just Man City. The numbers from Liverpool is to be champion for the Premier League, and the numbers from Chelsea, Tottenham. I don't know what Arsenal is going to play tomorrow. They are numbers to be champion, so it's just 2 points in front. So it's nothing, but it's true. Last season we didn't win, we didn't get points in Anfield. We draw, and last season we lost here. We won, so it's good for the contenders for game 3 away, just 1 at home, and we got results. But at the end, the 3 points. The only difference, a contender. Man United didn't get it, but the 3 points today is the same as Southampton last week, and will be against West Ham after international break, so the same 3 points. But the important is we are consistent, and we played, especially most of the time, good, and always I see many things that we can improve.
United remain 8th, 12 points behind leaders, and manager Mourinho refused to talk about his team still having any sort of title chances. Sports Desk, TD News.
That's it in this edition of Sports News. Until we meet again, it's a goodbye. Thanks for watching.